Hello everyone. Today is the birthday of our beloved writer Ruskin Bond. So I consider as a living legend, and there is not a single reader soul out there who doesn't love him or doesn't love his writings. So today being his birthday, I will not read a story but a piece from his memoir that has been released in a book called The Beauty of All My Days. So I will read a part of it, and the reason for selecting this piece, this is actually an idea by my wife Sreyoshi, is what the author used to think or went through when he was alone, and that might have shaped his imagination. So here we go. The Beauty of All My Days, and I will read out a piece from the chapter called Finding My Own Space. This book is well illustrated, so if you get a copy of it, if you happen to see a copy of it, it's a must pick up. So here we go. A piece from Finding My Own Space. I have always liked Christina Rossetti's poems, especially the one that goes, "Hurt no living thing, ladybird, nor butterfly, nor moth with dusky wing, nor cricket chirping cheerily, nor grasshopper so light to leap, nor dancing gnats, nor beetle flat, nor harmless worms that creep. I won't kill an insect if I can help it. Maybe I should have been a Jain monk, although I doubt if I'd be hardy enough to withstand an icy wind traveling up my bare legs. My patience with insects, even the least charming ones, was put to the test the other day. Buzz, buzz, zzz. A fat blue bottle fly had gone into the room and was buzzing against the window pane, trying to get out. Like a good scout, I opened the window and it flew out. Barely a minute later, it was back again. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Once more, to the breach dashed this knight of old. Opened the window and out it went. Back to my desk. Buzz, buzz, buzz. How the devil did it get in again? Anyway, I had enough. Man must show his mastery over nature. I picked up a folded newspaper and slammed down the fly, nearly breaking the window glass in the process. End of the blue bottle fly. Man has complete control over the universe. Back to my desk. Buzz, zzz, zzz. Now there are 2 blue bottle flies on the window pane, looking for their late lamented friend, no doubt. I give up the battle and move to another room. Some years ago, I wrote, "When all the wars are done, a butterfly will still be beautiful." To which I now add, when all the wars are done, the blue bottle flies will have won. Have I grown cynical in my old age? No. I am still the champion of ladybirds and crickets, and if blue bottle flies are in the ascendant these days, it is because we won't stop pouring our filth and garbage onto the streets and into our sacred streams and seas and rivers. Paritibba, a forest reserve, was uninhibited until a couple of years ago. Then the tourist department set up a tourist camp on the summit. A forest fire frightened everyone away, and as I write, the Paris or the fairies, have the hill to themselves again. In the old days, it was called Burnt Hill because it was frequently struck by lightning. It was the first range that stood in the way of the advancing southwest monsoon. Early settlers gave up trying to build on Paritibba. The storms were so violent. And there was the legend of two runaway lovers who were stranded in one of the ruins and killed by a bolt of lightning. In my walking days, I would sometime visit Paritibba, taking a pen and a notebook with me, putting down my random reflections and the occasional poem. It was a good place to be one's own. I did not see any fairies, but on one occasion, caught in a summer storm, I took shelter in a small cave. The rain was intense and it was quite dark inside the cave. There were frequent flashes of sheet lightning, and during one of them, I saw a girl standing at a little distance from me. From her dress and appearance, I thought she was a village girl. But there was no village nearby. I spoke to her, asking her if she was lost or if she was looking for a cow or a sheep that might have been strayed. But she made no answer. There was a peal of thunder and another flash of lightning. And when I looked again, she was gone. Had I frightened her away? Or had a girl really been standing there? And if not real, had she been a vision or a revenant or just a figment of my imagination? I shall never know. My walking days are over and I won't be visiting Paritibba again. But I see the hill every day from my window, and at dusk I see little green fairy lights twinkling on its slopes. My imagination again. So that was a piece from the memoir of Mr. Ruskin Bond. I really wish him good health. He's a living legend and inspiration to all of us. From the book Beauty of All My Days, a memoir. Thank you.